Before I begin, let me tell you a little story about where I live. Felinia. All the last remaining life on Earth lives here, this small landmass sitting atop the ocean. Felinia is a land of rich histories and great mysteries, but most importantly, it can be traced back to the dawn of our kind, the age of animal civilization. It began with the Great Wipeout, the mass extinction of the previous dominant race on Earth, and then miraculously, new dominant species emerged cats. Over time, these cats multiplied, became more intelligent, and evolved to adapt to their surroundings. This new revived race called themselves Felinians. They used their previous knowledge of human life to build cities and establish their own culture and ways of life. Less evolved species, like foxes, rabbits, and other woodland creatures, had also survived the Great Wipe. However, they were deemed too dangerous and disorderly to blend in with Felinian society. They were cast out into the forest, creating a barrier between the wild and the civilized. That's the history of Felinia as we all know it. I too have a history, although it starts a bit differently. My history begins with a Felinian and a fox, my parents. My mother, Marina, was a Felinian. She lived on the outskirts of the main city in a humble commune with her two other sisters, or so she told me. She lived a pretty easy domestic life, but I guess she always longed for something more. One day she decided to wander in the woods, got in too deep, and eventually ran into a fox, my dad. Swift was a rough and tumble kind of a guy. Being a fox, he was a forest dweller who stayed in his realm. Survival in the wilderness was all he knew and all he was raised for. And yet, somehow, despite their differences, they got quite attached. So attached that Marina decided to give up her comfortable life in the city to run away in the forest and live with Swift, something that was practically unheard of amongst city dwellers. However, as the forest was a wild and lawless land, there were no rules against it, and once she left, she never looked back. They made their home in a cave near the mountains, on the outskirts of the forest. Thus, their new life began.
There, that should do it. The beds are all made, Swift.
Hey, Marina.
Hmm?
Listen, I've been thinking about this a lot ever since you became my mate. But I just want you to know that if something happens and you decide to go back home, well, I won't blame you.
And why on earth would I want to do that? We just moved in together, Swift. Isn't it a little early to be worrying this much?
I just want you to be happy, that's all. People like you don't usually do things like this.
Well, it's not every day that people like me meet someone like you.
Aww.
And besides, this is so exciting to me. This is how my ancestors lived. It feels like I'm being taken back in time, back to my roots. I want to know what it was like back then, and I want to do it with you.
I just want you to be aware that this isn't like your city. There are real dangers here. You shouldn't wander too deep into the forest without me, okay?
Oh, what could possibly be lurking in the woods that I couldn't handle? A rabbit? I don't know if you knew this, Swift, but foxes and felinians are at the top of the food chain.
Shadow wolves, Marina! Nobody knows when they might attack. I've seen the things they can do, and it's not just something to laugh off.
Right, while I'm at it, I'll look out for unicorns and fairies too.
You really don't know, do you? You don't know anything about them. No one ever does. Maybe this was a mistake.
Look, it's been a long day for both of us settling in here. Why don't we try to sleep and talk this through in the morning, okay?
Fine.
Mom, Dad, wait, come back!
Marina? Marina, what are you doing up so early?
I came to watch the sunrise. What did you think? I left you or something?
No.
never been able to see one up so close in nature like this before. Have you ever seen anything so beautiful?
Why, yes, I believe I have.
Ah, Swift, you're too much.
Marina, I'm sorry about the last night. I've been alone for my whole life, well, up until my last mate. She was a city dweller, just like you. She left me because she saw the cruelties of this life firsthand, and I guess she didn't love me enough to stay. This is a commitment, Marina, so I want to be sure that this is what you want.
Swift, when I was little, I always dreamed of doing this, roughing it in the wild, living off the land like my ancestors did. I realize now what I wanted. It was just a fantasy. And if the life I spend with you is real, then I want it, no matter what. But I'm not in love with the fantasy anymore. I'm in love with you. I love you, Swift.
I love you too. Thank you. And so the two continued to live in the forest together for a long time. Swift taught Marina the ins and outs of wilderness survival, hunting, starting fires, and finding shelter. Meanwhile, Marina added her own city dweller flair. Honey, what is all this?
Just a few decorations to spruce up the place.
For the moment, life was perfect, and most of all, it was peaceful. And then one day, Marina had a proposition.
Swift, I've been thinking about this for a while, and now that we're fully settled in, I'd love to start a family with you.
You what now?
A family, Swift. We could be parents, raising our very own kids. Doesn't that sound exciting to you?
Well, I just thought it would be just the two of us living together, that's all.
Really? Just the two of us? Forever? Don't be ridiculous, Swift. Oh, honey, I know this sounds like a fantasy, but having a family is part of life, isn't it? Settling down, having children, teaching them about the world, it just feels right. And I know we can do it together.
Well, what about the dangers we talked about? What about the shadow wolves? Do you really think this place would be safe for kids?
Well, of course, any place is safe when you've got the biggest, strongest, handsomest fox in the whole forest protecting you.
Well, I guess I can't argue with that. Maybe we could give it a shot.
Good, now go collect food. The kids aren't gonna feed themselves, you know.
How are you doing, honey?
Oh, I'm fine, just resting.
When do you think you'll be due?
It could be any week now, I assume. Swift, I just can't help but feel a bit nervous. I've never been a parent before. What if I do something wrong?
Come with me. I have something to show you. There's this really pretty path in the woods I wanted to show you. I was hoping it would take your mind off of things.
Wow, this is gorgeous, Swift.
No need to thank me, just let nature do all the talking.
Aw, look, Swift. What a cute little family.
Maybe we should go back now. Marina, everything alright?
I think today's the day.
Gosh, is there anything I can do to help?
I just need to be alone for a while. Go and collect more food in the meantime.
Of course. Gosh, I hope she's okay being by herself like that. So this is it, huh? After this, we won't be the only ones living in that cave. No more nights alone. No more private conversations. I won't even have her to myself anymore. I'm not partial to the idea of having kids, but I'll manage. For Marina, it's what she wanted after all. And if she wants it, then it must be the right thing to do. Right? Hey, how's our number one mom do it? Huh? Marina, what happened? Is something wrong?
Swift, they're dead. Both of them.
What? How did this happen?
I don't know. It seemed like they were fine and healthy at first, but then I noticed they weren't moving. I checked their heartbeats. They're both gone. Oh, Swift, we waited all this time. How could they be taken from us so soon?
Hey now, it's going to be alright. There's not much else we could do. They're in a better place now. Here, I'll go dig a grave for them.
I just need to be alone with them for a bit.
I understand.
You were so young. Why did you have to go like this? Swift! The little red one! He's alive!
Well, look at that. He is, isn't he?
Oh, Swift! It's a miracle! What are we going to name him?
Hmm. It's especially gray and gloomy today. He seems like a splash of color on this day, like a blaze of fire. That's it. How about Blaze?
It's perfect. Welcome to the world, my little Blaze.
I'm walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Feeling like a dynamite, ready to explode right up in the sky. I need you to listen, I need you to hear, and don't show any fear. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul.